What's going on, guys? Bird here, and on this episode we are going to jump into free code camps, learn CSS variables by building a city skyline. CSS variables help you organize your styles and reuse them. In this course you'll build a city skyline, you'll learn how to configure CSS variables so you can reuse them whenever you want. So let's jump in here. And this is a preview of what we're going to build, so let's get started. Welcome to the CSS Variable Skyline project. Start by adding the doc type, HTML declaration at the top of the document so the browser knows what type of document it's reading. Add opening and closing HTML tags below the doc type. Be sure to set the language to English. HTML lang equals English. Next, add opening and closing head and body tags within the HTML element. So head, and body. Within the head nest, a meta element with a char set. Meta char set of UTF-8. A title element. City Skyline. And a link element. Styles.css. I think I did that wrong. What did I do wrong there? Yeah, your link element should have a rel. Yep, I knew that. Rel style sheet. Okay. In CSS, you can target everything with an asterisk. Add a border to everything by using this asterisk selector and giving it a border of 1 pixel. Whoops, 1 pixel solid black. Awesome. And there's our border. Add a box sizing of border box to everything. This will make it so the border you added doesn't add any size to your elements. Step 7. You can see the body. It's the innermost box on your page. The box around it is the HTML element. Make your body fill the whole viewport by giving it a height. So body, we're going to give it a height of 100 VH. Remove the default margin from the body by setting the margin to 0. Finally, set the overflow to hidden to hide any scroll bars that appear. Let's move this over here. Alright, create a div element in the body. So div with the class background buildings. And let's close that. Okay, give your background buildings the width 100%, height 100%. Nest a div with a class of bb1 in the background buildings container. So inside here, we're going to do div class bb1. Alright, open your styles file, give .bb1 a width of 10%, height of 70%, BB stands for background building. This will be your first building, so it looks like this right here is our first little building there. Alright, nest 4 div elements in the BB1 container. So div, oops. I know it's going to change our formatting anyways, but alright, and then it says 4, so I'm going to copy that. Paste, paste, paste. Alright, so then we're going to have this one be BB1A, BB1B, BB1C, and BB1D. I typed that in the wrong spot. Okay. Give the parts of your building width, height properties with these values. So we're going to do dot BB1A width 70%, height 10%. Then we're going to do dot BB1B, and that's going to be width of 80%, height of 10%, dot BB1C is going to be 90%, height 10%, and then we got dot BB1D, and that's going to be a width of 100% and a height of 70%. Remember that these percentages are relative to the parent, and note that the heights will add up to 100%, vertically filling the container. Okay, center the parts of your buildings by turning the BB.BB1 element into a flex box parent. So we're going to do flex direction. That is not right. Yeah. Display flex. You should give the BB1 elements a flex direction of column. So I also have to do column, and then align items center. There we go. Alright, now you have something that is resembling a building. You are ready to create your first variable. Variable declarations begin with 2 dashes and are given a name and a value like this. Dash dash variable dash name value. In the rule for the BB1 class, create a variable named in the rule for the BB1 class. So dash dash variable name building color 1 and give it a value of, is that right? No. Dash dash, oh, I see. I don't need a type variable name. That is the variable name. Okay. There we go. Power, by the power of Grayskull, but I don't see any gray on there, so I don't know what's going on with that. To use a variable, put the variable name in parentheses with var in front of them like this. So whatever value you gave the variable will be applied to whatever property you use it on. Add the variable to .bb1a. So we're going to do building color 1 I guess we need to do this. Var building color 1. Background color. And then, there we go. There's our gray. Awesome. Alright. Use the same variable as the background color of the .bb1b to fill in the rest of the building. So, use the same background. I don't know if this is right, but let's see. Awesome. Okay. Change the values of your variable from 999 to 8880FF. Okay. And you can see how it gets applied everywhere you use the variable. This is the main advantage of using variables. Being able to quickly change many values in your style sheet by just changing the values of a variable. Nice. Alright, your first building looks pretty good now. Nest 3 new div elements in the .background buildings container. And give them the class of BB2, BB3, and BB4 in that order. So, okay. Yeah, alright, so div class BB2 div class BB3 and div class BB4. Awesome. Give the new buildings width and height properties of 10% and, okay, so dot BB2 width 10%, height 50%. Dot BB3 Okay, is that right? Excellent. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, but we're going to start back on step 20 in the next one. But I do thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.